JNDA student of class 8. Today we are going to start second unit of chapter number 6, that is a poem whose name is The Schoolboy. So my dear students, let's get started with this stanzas. First of all, I will tell you the introduction of this poem. So the introduction of this poem is, you can see as an outline. The schoolboy in the poem is not a happy child. What makes him unhappy? Why does he compare himself to a bird that lives in a cage or a plant that wither when it should blossoms? That means here in this poem, the narrator, the student, is not very happy. So why he is sad? What is the reason of his sadness? We will have to discuss through a poem, right? Now the first stanza says, I love to rise in the summer morn when the bird sings on every tree, the distant huntsman winds his horn, and the skylark sings with me. Oh, what a sweet company! Now here the speaker in this poem is a young boy who is joyful and likes to awake in a fresh and delightful summer morning. Further describing the beauty of summer morning, the boy likes the chirping of the birds on every tree, the sound of horn blown by the hunter from a distant field, and sweet songs of the skylark. Skylark means it's a bird, right? But to go to school in summer morn, oh, it drives all joy away. Under a cruel eye outward, the little ones spend the day in sighing and dismay. Ah, then at times I dropping sit and spend many an anxious hour. Not in my book can I take delight, nor sit in learning's bower, worn through with the dreary hours. So here it is a matter of utmost disappointment for the speaker to attend the school in such a sweet summer morning, where actually he wishes to enjoy the delight of summer. He is tired and even puzzled under the strict supervision of his teacher. The phrase outworn refers to the eyes of the teacher that actually tires the boy. Instead of enjoying the pleasure of summer, the child has to compulsory attended the school where he spent his day in bedroom and boredom and sadness. The child expresses his tiredness. He sits unwillingly in the sea of boredom. The child keeps under control the attack on him by the harsh personality of the teacher and unnecessary lectures, and his urge for unchecked freedom. The learning's bower refers to a garden where the children can be taught in an interesting way only if nature accompanies him instead of the school teacher. How can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? How can a child, when fears annoy, but drop his tender wing and forgot his youthful spring? O father and mother, if birds are nipped and the blossoms blown away, and if the tender plants are stripped of their joy in the springing day by sorrow and care's dismay, how shall the summer arise in joy or the summer fruits appear? So here again the poet compares a child with a bird. According to his view, a bird which is born cheerful and fun loving can never sing sweet songs if aged. Similarly, if a child is remained under the umbrella of annoying fear and tension, the distrust of his teacher can never enjoy the natural instincts of joy and playfulness. Indeed, a world full of rigid course of discipline which ruthlessly takes away all beautiful springs of a person's life. The boy complains to the highest authority, to father and mother, if a budding child is picked and swept off in early stage of life in an ocean of sorrow, where there is no one to care for. If unhappiness crushes the sensitive plants, beautiful and newborn birds, summer can never be joyful. If care and concern rule over the plants, flowers, birds, such a summer will be dry and it will be no fruits. The child inquires his parents as how they can win back with pain. Sadness has destroyed if the plants perish, dry up due to the pain of sorrow. No fruits will be there in the season of autumn. So, my dear students, here the poet wants the poem of schoolboy discuss a boy's repelling imprisonment in the school. His company from the animate objects the summer morning to his inactive objects of his school is indeed a matter of concern and grief. School life is an suffering from him. The boy's feeling of summer festivity is countered by the terrifying eye of teachers that robs from him all his childhood happiness. School is nothing but a prison that negates the play activity of childhood. The restrictions of an imposed in school forms a hurdle for the natural expression of creativity and forlorn the essence of geniusness. So, my dear students, that was all about today's poem. Tomorrow we will start another lesson. Chapter number 6 will be started from tomorrow onwards. So, we'll meet there. Up to the time, thank you. Have a nice day.